Hello everyone. If you are looking for recommended movies starring Keira Knightley, in this video, we will recommend the top 10 Keira Knightley movies from 2007 to 2023. So, let's get started the list. Number 1. Silk. Director, Francois Girard.
Long and dangerous. All you have to do is bring back the eggs.
I cannot go.
You'll be back by spring.
At the very beginning of the 1860s, a disease ravaged European silkworm farms. Even eggs from as far away as India and Africa are infected, and the entire silk trade in Europe appears doomed. Hervé Joncourt, a young officer married to a devoted wife, Hélène, is charged by the breeders of Lavilledieu with a perilous mission. He must go secretly to Japan, the island closed to foreigners, which produces the most beautiful silk in the world, to buy healthy eggs. Number 2. The Duchess. Director, Saul Dib.
Change is upon us! We shall not go back to the old ways!
In 1774, Georgiana Spencer, Keira Knightley, married the Duke of Devonshire, Ralph Fiennes, at the age of 18, who wanted at all costs to have a child. Holder of the title of Duchess of Devonshire, Georgiana ends up demonstrating her intelligence and insight before the English court. However, she fails to give the Duke a child, as all of her attempts turn out to be abortions or daughters. This fact causes the relationship between the two to deteriorate little by little. Number 3. Last Night. Director, Masih Tajuddin.
Alex, I can't believe this.
Do you have time for me later?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Last Night tells the story of a married couple, Joanna and Michael, a marriage that is going through a serious crisis. The reason is Michael's continuous business trips. For Joanna, there are too many. On one of those trips, Michael meets Laura, a coworker with whom he will try to have a romance. However, Joanna is not wasting her time either. After a long time, she meets an old boyfriend with whom she will soon have feelings again. Number 4. A Dangerous Method. Director, David Cronenberg.
For your experimental treatment.
Tell me about the first time you can remember being beaten by your father.
It's exciting me.
In 1904, a Russian woman named Sabina Spielrein, Keira Knightley, arrives at Carl Jung's, Michael Fassbender, clinic, seeking treatment for hysteria. Jung is eager to test Sigmund Freud's, Viggo Mortensen, theories on Sabina and in fact successfully treats her. 2 years later, Jung and Sabina meet Freud in person, and Jung takes over the treatment of Otto Gross, whose influence leads Jung to begin an affair with Sabina, contributing to a rift with Freud. Number 5. Anna Karenina. Director, Joe Wright.
Things happened.
Not something, everything.
It would be a sin to help you destroy yourself.
Set in the high society of 19th century Russia, Anna Karenina, Keira Knightley, the wife of a Russian imperial minister, Jude Law, creates a high society scandal by an affair with Count Vronsky, Aaron Taylor Johnson, a dashing cavalry officer in 19th century St. Petersburg. Anna's husband Alexei offers her a difficult choice: go into exile with Vronsky but never see her young son again, or remain with her family and abide by the rules of discretion. Meanwhile, a farmer named Levin pines for Princess Kitty, who only has eyes for Vronsky. Number 6. Begin Again. Director, John Carney.
I want to make records with you. Come on, let's get out of here. You're gonna have to get these beers, though.
Greta, Keira Knightley, and her songwriting partner, lover Dave, Adam Levine, head for New York when he lands a record deal with a major label. However, Greta is suddenly left on her own when Dave gives in to the temptations that come with his newfound success. Things take a turn for the better for her when Dan, Mark Ruffalo, a disgraced record executive, discovers Greta performing in a club. A mutually life-changing bond forms between the pair as they work together on Greta's first album. Number 7. The Imitation Game. Director, Morton Tildum.
Is that even possible? Takes me 8. 5 minutes and 34 seconds.
You said to do it in under 6.
In 1939, newly created British intelligence agency MI6 recruits Cambridge mathematics alumnus Alan Turing, Benedict Cumberbatch, to crack Nazi codes, including Enigma, which cryptanalysts had thought unbreakable. Turing's team, including Joan Clark, Keira Knightley, analyze Enigma messages while he builds a machine to decipher them. Turing and team finally succeed and become heroes. But in 1952, the quiet genius encounters disgrace when authorities reveal he is gay and send him to prison. Number 8. Colette. Director, Wash Westmoreland.
I believe Willie based Claudine in part on your school days.
Yes, I think I had a little something to contribute.
The author of dozens of volumes of fiction, memoirs, journalism, and playwriting, Sidonie Gabrielle Colette, Keira Knightley, is arguably one of the most important and innovative French writers of the 20th century. Her provocative writing shook the social restrictions placed on women. This nonconformist woman raised in a rural environment. She will marry the charismatic and egocentric intellectual Willie, Dominic West. Willie introduces Colette to the bohemian life of Paris at the beginning of the 20th century and asks her to write novels based on her experience, which will be published under the name of her husband. Number 9. The Aftermath. Director, James Kent.
Rachel.
Hello, Lewis.
In 1946, Germany after World War II, Rachel Morgan, Keira Knightley, arrives in Hamburg to meet her husband, Louis, Jason Clark. The city is in ruins and it is the middle of winter. This British colonel receives the mission to rebuild the destroyed city. Upon moving into his new house, Louis makes an unusual decision. They will share this large house with its former owners, who had had their property requisitioned. They are Stephen Lubert, Alexander Skarsgård, a German widower and his tormented daughter. In this charged atmosphere, hostility and pain give way to passion and betrayal. Number 10. Boston Strangler. Director, Matt Ruskin.
I don't call back in an hour, give it to the police.
Loretta, there's more than one lunatic out there and you're gonna get us both killed.
Loretta McLaughlin, Keira Knightley, the protagonist of the film The Boston Strangler, Matt Ruskin, has dedicated her life to her career and is therefore one of the best reporters at the Record American newspaper. Right now she is on an assignment that doesn't let her sleep, since there have been non-stop murders of women during the last year. Little by little, the murderer claims new victims and psychosis begins to emerge in the city of Boston. Loretta attempts to work on her investigation alongside her confidant and friend Jean Cole. Both will end up risking their lives to discover the truth.